Manifesting money is a topic that I receive a lot of questions about. And I know that when your financial situation feels impossible, when you don't see the money in your physical reality and you don't see a way out, it can seem like no amount of positive thinking will fix it. And you might even be feeling that way right now. So let me tell you something you need to hear. Your current financial situation is not your final destination. It's not who you are, and it's not something that you have to live with if you don't like it. You're not stuck, you're not powerless, and you are not limited. I know this because I have lived this. And I've been able to completely transform my financial reality without external help, without some lucky break, simply by changing how I interact with money on a subconscious and quantum level. Here's a question that I get asked all of the time about this. How do I shift my mindset when my circumstances are pulling me in the opposite direction? And how do I believe in abundance when my bank account reflects that it's empty? When you fully grasp what I'm about to share with you, you will never experience financial struggle again. The first step to changing this is reclaiming control over your identity. Because money doesn't come to you based on your effort. It comes to you based on your identity, or what some people refer to as the self-concept, or what I like to call the self-image. And all things in your reality are based on just this. Your financial situation right now is not about your job, it's not about your income, or your expenses. Your financial situation is simply reflecting the beliefs that you've carried about money and wealth, and even about yourself. And the only reason it bugs you is because somewhere deep inside of you, you know that you are worthy and deserving of abundance, and you know that you have the power to change it. Otherwise, it wouldn't feel bad. Most people don't realize, though, that they're actually deeply attached to an identity of financial difficulty. And that's what recreates it as a loop of reality for them. This type of identity is one of a person who sees themselves as someone who always has to work hard for money, someone who never has enough, someone who is unworthy, someone who is bad with finances, and or someone who gets hit with bills consistently. And because it's your identity that dictates your reality, money, and anything else for that matter, will always flow in a way that confirms what you believe about yourself. So if you're ready to make the shift into manifesting money, you must stop saying you're struggling, stop talking about your financial problems, even to yourself and even in a joking way to others, and stop reinforcing the idea that money is hard for you to get. Once you've made the decision to stop reinforcing the old story, it's time to create a new reality in your mind and write a new one. This is where you begin to build a new financial reality in your subconscious mind, one that is so strong, so real, that the physical world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. In a minute, I'm going to show you how to take complete control over the physical reality. But first, know that creating more money in your life has everything to do with your personal relationship with it, inside of your mind. If you aren't creating the type of prosperity that you desire, it will always be due to limiting beliefs that you have surrounding abundance. So a healthy relationship with money first requires a positive mental shift where this is concerned. You can initiate this process by redefining who you are when it comes to money and abundance. In other words, start telling yourself a new money story until you convince yourself that it's true. Until you begin identifying as a person who has abundance. It's as easy as closing your eyes and creating a vivid scene in your mind, seeing yourself as someone who is already financially free, and feeling what it feels like to be secure and free. You can imagine yourself walking through your dream home, seeing deposits hitting your bank account, and feeling completely secure and at ease. And as you do this, you can start to tell yourself in a way that begins to convince your mind, this is already mine. I am already financially free now. I am someone who attracts money easily. I am always financially supported. I always have more than enough. Money seeks me and flows into my life easily. This is how your subconscious mind begins to rewire itself to accept wealth as your new normal. And the longer you live in this new reality in your mind, the faster your external world will catch up. When we change the words in our story, we begin to make decisions from where we want to be, rather than making decisions from where we once were, giving our subconscious mind a whole new map to work with and a whole new destination to discover. It can then begin to open your perception to all of the abundance that's actually available to you at all times, but only blocked by any negative money stories that you tell yourself. Remember, when you change your identity, your external world will start shifting to match it. And again, that goes for every area of life. The next step, and one that's crucial to this process, is to stop reacting. Yes, you will be in your physical reality all day, every day. You will interact with it. But reacting is a different story. And here's where people get stuck and say that manifestation doesn't work. They react to the outer reflection instead of remembering that all of their power comes from within. They check their bank account, see a balance they don't like, and react with fear. They get a bill in the mail and react with stress. They think about their financial future and they react with doubt. And this cycle keeps them trapped in the same financial reality, because every reaction is feeding the belief that this is just the way things are. And that creates a loop of reality that won't change until you begin to deny it as the truth. Here's the actual truth. Your financial situation only has power over you if you let it. The bills, the expenses, the debt, you can think of them as just numbers in front of you. Rarely do we even deal in cash these days, so it's mostly just numbers on a screen or a piece of paper. From that vantage point, you can easily begin to regard it as just an illusion. And if you choose to believe that these numbers are false, that they are just an illusion, and live solely within your imagination and the new money story that you begin to tell yourself, anything that you don't like will begin to disappear from your reality. The trick is to outwit the outer world by telling it that it's not real until the shift happens. So your emotional reaction to the outer illusion will always determine whether you stay stuck in a repeat of the old movie or move forward into the new one. So the next time you see a bill, don't panic. The next time you feel scarcity creeping in, don't let it consume you. Instead, remind yourself, I move through this reality, but I do not belong to it. The inner state cannot and should not be swayed by what presents itself in the outer reflection if you are to make a change. So hold your composure and remain unmovable. If need be, you can remind yourself that you are more powerful than a number in a bank account. So the moment you stop reacting and start responding with confidence and living from your inner reality, you 100% take your power back. And that leads us to the number 4 step of trusting the grace period. Many people will give up before their manifestation arrives because they don't trust the process. And not just the process itself. They don't trust that their imaginal act is an actual reality. Once it's created in the mind, it is already so. In fact, everything's already been created. You're just connecting with a new reality. You're selecting from all of the infinite possibilities available. But here's what I see happening that stops the new reality from showing up for some. They'll shift their mindset for a few days, then they don't see immediate results, and they fall back into their old patterns. They allow the old world to intimidate them, instead of remembering that all of their power actually comes from within. This is like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to check if it's growing. There's quite often a grace period between when you change internally and when your external world adjusts to go with that. Your job is to hold the vision, even when there's no proof yet, even when your circumstances seem unchanged, and even when doubt tries to creep in. Because the moment that you persist past the grace period, the shift becomes inevitable. In fact, you should be so enamored with your vision that you don't even care if it shows up. I personally just go into my mind to entertain my creations because they're fun to do so. In fact, I look forward to doing this because it's fun. It's exactly the way I choose for it to be in my mind. It's the one place that's all mine, and it cannot be changed by anything outside of me. And that's how I know that it's the one and only true reality. So stick with it and enjoy it for what it is, even if you just use it as an escape to give yourself relief. And the last step to manifesting money is to embody the wealth now. It's the final piece. If you truly want to manifest money in your life, you must stop waiting for money to feel wealthy. Most people believe, once I have money, I'll feel abundant. Or once my debt is gone, I'll feel financially free. But the truth is, it actually works in reverse. This is known as the law of reversibility, which is a principle that states if a cause can produce an effect, then experiencing the effect first can generate the cause. So, if wealth creates a feeling of freedom and security, then feeling free and secure now will draw wealth to you. If financial freedom leads to relaxation and ease, then embodying ease first will magnetize financial freedom. And this is the exact same reason why a ton of effort will simply just create more ways to have to effort. From a more psychological standpoint, your subconscious mind does not respond to what you want, it responds to what you already believe to be true. So from this moment forward, train yourself by using the previous steps given to walk through life as if you're already wealthy. Continuously go to that new story in your mind and enjoy it. And then speak, act, and carry yourself with the confidence of someone who never worries about money. Live from that state, because the universe is not responding to your words. It's responding to your internal state of being, to your identity. And when you radiate the energy of abundance now, money must come to you. It's universal law. If you want to take this a little further, and you're ready for a full transformation of your identity, I just launched my free 5-day Identity Shift Challenge, designed to help you step into the version of yourself that effortlessly attracts money, love, success, perfect health, or anything else that you desire. It's completely free, and it includes 5 powerful videos with step-by-step guidance, 5 transformational visualization processes, daily worksheet instructions to solidify your shift, and it has an interactive forum where you can connect and share your results. When you shift your identity, your entire reality changes, and you can actually start doing that right now. Join the challenge, the link's in the description of this video. And then come back here and tell me what changed for you. Because if you use these processes, you can guarantee that you will make a shift.